Hey man, listen, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood. I ain't Mr. Rogers, but it is a beautiful day in Pontiac, Michigan. And after working a 12-hour shift for Pontiac Dream Cruise, I got to tell you, I'm exhausted. I got some good rest yesterday, but I am exhausted. And I shout out to the people who came out, set up tents, had a great time at the event, and those who showed up downtown Pontiac for the concert, DJ series, etc. Had a great time. A lot of folks walking around. It could be more. We're going to do more in marketing and branding and making sure that the information is out there, and in hopes that this coming election executive cycle, election cycle, people who get in office, man, we can get that app going. We can get that app going and alerts to phones and things of that nature. I think would be a great help to marketing and making sure people can put it on their calendar early, so we can get more people out. But super excited about just the potential of what's kind of going on in downtown Pontiac and around the Pontiac in the neighborhoods and things of that nature. Had a chance to drive around and walk around, and people was who own lots in the area was benefiting from having people to park there. They wasn't gouging for prices and things of that nature, so people can kind of merge and kind of see it and be excited about what's going on. Shout out to my partners though, like who controlled the crowd and making sure that people wasn't getting too crazy with the burnouts and things of that nature. I do have to speak on something that really kind of got up under my skin a little bit, and it often does. Those who visit Pontiac, those who visit here, um, I think you need to clearly understand the fact that this is not a dumping ground or a place that you could do whatever here because they don't allow it, or so you don't see certain things in places where you live, and that kind of burns my soul. So M1 Grill, I'm a put you out there on a Pontiac list right now. There was a lot of activity going on there. There was some folks there who were said that they were, you know, you charged, and I'll find out in the midst. But I'm so intertwined into Pontiac and some of the business owners and a lot of the folks that's here. I kind of saw some things happening, and they used your property as that place to, you know, um, really trash, the area, do some things that it wasn't how what we do, and as far as Pontiac, Michigan is concerned. And so, you had outsiders just coming crazy, talking crazy to the police. I mean, to so much so I jumped out the car. Like I was working. I jumped out of my car, and I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm not afraid to approach people. I'm not afraid of confrontation. I'm not afraid when people get angry and all that kind of stuff. I'm a different kind of person. So, coming out of it and then being in it, coming out of that kind of mentality and had to grow out of it. I understand the fact that when people are still in it. So I'm not afraid of it, if that makes sense. And then I'm not afraid of the cameras and things that nature, because we all have cameras. I always assume I'm recorded anytime that I'm even out, even talking with the public. But what I will not do is let ignorance have a voice in my community. And so when people, they was, after police, the police ain't this, that, y'all just trying to not for us to have a good time. And, I get it. I understand it. And when I jumped out, by the end of it, it turned into a ministry. It turned into, basically almost praise and worship at the end of it, because I refuse to let the devil have room in spaces that it shouldn't have territory or occupy. People have things that they need to discuss, get off their chest. They need to be able to vent, and I get it. I truly do. But you got to do it in a respectful fashion, and you got to do it in such a way where you're not, causing harm to others. And I'm really disappointed in some of the folks, some of the business owners who allow certain things to happen on their property, and really caused things on a that could have been just very beautiful, look very ugly and very nasty. And so, my hopes is that people, take notice. I want to say it. This is my platform, and I'm gonna say it. And we had some people who stepped up and really did some great things and really kind of showed the love for the city and how it's supposed to be. But we just can't let ignorance have a voice. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for just showing up and showing out. I'm just testing out this equipment to make sure that we're all cool and I can get some things done and speak to some things I did. And then also I want to speak to the fact that when a city event is sponsored, the expectation is for city leadership to be there. If you not coming, how can we expect those who voted you in office to come? Because they're not seeing their leaders move and where they're supposed to be. Everybody, it's not about, man, we got to get out of the fact that you're thinking it's about you in a sense. And shout out to Melody Rutherford because she stayed with us all day. She went in, did some of her community business, met with business owners up and down WORKb Dream Cruise to, try to bring in more, people to come in and see what we do and how. And she even came out on a golf cart, man. Her and one of the DPWs rolled up on me on a golf cart behind my back when they thought the kids were surrounding me and things of that nature. But I introduced her to some of the folks and things of that nature. So we got to do better. We got to do better, and we're going to do better, and we're going to do better. So take you how you want to, take it. And you just, as a leader that I expect in Pontiac, I expect you to show up when anything that we're doing in Pontiac and we're first at it. I expect to see you. At front and center. And I had a conversation. I went live. I had a conversation with folks about, this whole born and raised and trying to divide there too. And, we addressed that. You can go to the live and take a look at that, but just makes one thing perfectly clear. Born and raised don't make you respectful and loyal. So, and I'll just leave that right there. Again, thank you for watching. Oh, listen, National Night Out was wonderful, man. Thank y'all. Shout out for y'all for, making that possible. All the partners, things of that nature. We're going to definitely get more partners in. If you hadn't had the opportunity yet the QR code is on the screen. August 22nd, 11 a.m. until sold out, St. James Baptist Church. Dr. Calandra Green Memorial Foundation. She was a wonderful, wonderful person. Her spirit still lives with us. She was the nurse that led us through in Oakland County, that led us through COVID and the pandemic and things of that nature, and saved a lot of lives. Her life was taken from her for some years ago, and we want to honor that. We want to honor her name and her scholarship and the love that she had for the profession. And so they're doing a fish fry to give away scholarships. They call it the Dr. Calandra Green's Dream Builders. Your support will fund students obtaining a nursing degree in nursing, because she was a nurse. So if you could check that out, please do so. Listen, booking guests right now is crazy. This is crazy that booking guest night right now. We're getting back to the Trusting the Process podcast. I'm your host, and it's going to be out of this world, man. The conversations we're going to be having, the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be in studio, out of studio, have folks online. I want you to tune in every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Every Wednesday, 7. No, we're going to say 7 to 8 o'clock. We're trying to figure out that. But if you could send an email, like, share, and subscribe to the page, Gil Garrett for Pontiac. That's where we're going at it. And Gil Garrett, that'll help us out as well. Appreciate you that. So I want to give a huge shout out to my family, man. They really came through. They really came through for me, in an election time, and shout out to them. We're going to go at it again. 2030 is right around the corner, but we still going to be engaged to whoever the residents choose to lead the next version of who we are in the city of Pontiac via the council seats or the mayor's office. And so with all the respect for those who did come out and vote, thank you so much. Those who didn't, please. It's the only way that we allow our voice to be heard. And that voice being heard, they look at the votes as a volume meter to see if we're engaged in what is going on. So we need to get more people out and vote, more people registered to vote. If it was your first time voting, shout out to you. Thank you so much. If you did not vote, I don't understand what kind of conversation we can have. Because if we're in America and that's the system the system that we're using, then we got to go with the system that we're using until something else is available, or we create something. We create something else. So, man, I'm just excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about what's going on and how we moving, and I appreciate everybody. Listen, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. But thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.